Introduction. You've seen them grow older on screen, but what happens when time catches up and they fight back with plastic surgery? In this video, we take a deep dive into some of Hollywood's most jaw-dropping transformations among famous male stars. From small touch-ups to major overhauls, you won't believe your eyes. If you love these unbelievable before and after moments, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if any of these transformations surprised you, leave a C in the comments below. Tom Cruise. The ageless icon of Hollywood is known for his million-dollar smile, intense stare, and trademark sprint. On screen, he breaks gravity with daring stunts. Off-screen, he seems to beat time itself. At 62, Cruise moves with the energy of a man half his age, sparking curiosity. Is it genetics, discipline, or a touch of cosmetic magic? Back in The Outsiders, 1983. Cruise was charming, but imperfect, his teeth slightly crooked and naturally tinted. Just a few years later, in Top Gun 1986, that ordinary grin became brilliantly white and perfectly aligned. His new smile wasn't just dental, it became his Hollywood trademark, turning him into a superstar. Fans soon noticed other changes: a sharper jawline, smoother skin, and a more balanced nose. Though he's never admitted to cosmetic work, experts believe he may have tried Botox fillers or thread lifts. If true, it was done with skill, subtle yet effective. Cruise credits his youthful look to strict workouts, clean living, and his devotion to Scientology. Whatever the reason, discipline, procedures, or both the results speak for themselves. Even now, he performs his own stunts, from rooftop chases to helicopter flights, proving his energy and dedication remain unmatched. Whether helped by science or sheer willpower, Tom Cruise continues to amaze a world that swears he's found a way to pause time. Caitlyn Jenner. Before the world met Caitlyn Jenner. Bruce Jenner was the face of American athletic glory, a decathlon gold medalist at the 1976 Olympics, and a symbol of strength, speed, and determination. He embodied the ideal of masculinity and success for an entire generation. Yet even the world's greatest athlete couldn't outrun time or the journey of self-discovery. After retiring in 1984, Bruce made small cosmetic tweaks to maintain his public image. Over time, the changes became more visible. In the mid-1990s, he underwent a nose job that, as he admitted, didn't go as planned. Instead of hiding it, Bruce spoke openly on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, earning respect for his honesty in a culture where men rarely admit to vanity. His candor sparked deeper conversations about appearance, aging, and authenticity. In 2009, he had additional facial work, but in 2014, a tracheal shave often linked to gender transition marked a major turning point. This wasn't about fame, it was about truth. The world watched as Bruce became Caitlyn with quiet courage and dignity. Her story became a symbol of resilience and self-acceptance, showing that bravery isn't just about athletic victories, but about living as your true self. From Olympic hero to advocate for authenticity, Caitlyn Jenner proves it's never too late to embrace who you really are, and that's the most powerful legacy of all. Mickey Rourke, a fighter's face, and a... Mickey Rourke. In the early 1990s, Mickey Rourke shocked Hollywood by leaving a thriving acting career to pursue professional boxing. It wasn't for fame or money, it was about proving something to himself. But the ring took its toll. Years of blows left his face badly damaged, leading to reconstructive surgeries. What began as medical repair soon turned into cosmetic procedures. Trying to regain his former looks, Rourke trusted the wrong surgeon. He later admitted, "I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together." The result was dramatic. His rugged charm was replaced by features many barely recognized. The media mocked him, but Mickey stayed unshaken, honest, defiant, and unapologetic. By the late 90s, his altered face had people doubting his comeback. Yet Rourke refused to hide. He faced the world with the same toughness he once brought to the ring. His scars told a story of pain, mistakes, and endurance. In The Wrestler 2008, that story became his triumph. Critics and audiences praised his raw, emotional performance, one that felt real because it was. His weathered face, haunted eyes, and visible scars gave life to a man who had fallen and risen again. "My face tells a story," he said. "It's not always pretty, but it's real." That's what makes Mickey Rourke unforgettable. He didn't chase perfection. He turned his pain into art, reminding us that true strength means wearing every scar with pride. Sylvester Stallone, a name that instantly evokes toughness, muscle, and unforgettable heroes like Rocky Balboa and John Rambo. He didn't just play those roles, he embodied them. Stallone's life has always been about taking hits and getting back up. Even Hollywood's toughest man can't fight time forever, but instead of fearing age, he faces it with discipline, confidence, and smart adjustments. Born with a partial facial paralysis from a nerve injury at birth, Stallone developed his signature slurred speech and gravelly voice. It became part of his charm, though it limited his expression on screen. Unlike many who seek cosmetic work for looks alone, his first surgery was for function after a jaw injury during Death Race 2000 in 1975. Once Rocky and Rambo made him a star, Stallone began refining his image subtly, never excessively. A stronger jawline, smoother forehead, and minor hairline care helped him stay camera-ready without losing his rugged edge. By the 2000s, a slightly tighter face hinted at careful, tasteful maintenance. Unlike others who deny cosmetic work, Stallone has been upfront. In 1992, he joked, "I'm like a car. I need regular maintenance," admitting that looking good is part of the job. When he returned in The Expendables 2010, fans noticed a fresher face but the same fierce spirit. For older audiences, Stallone's story proves that aging isn't defeat. With smart choices and relentless drive, he shows you can keep moving forward and still look like a legend doing it. Clark Gable, the man who quietly reinvented himself. When you think of him, you picture Gone with the Wind, his piercing eyes, calm charm, and iconic smile as Rhett Butler. He seemed effortlessly elegant, but behind that grace was a man who transformed himself to become a true Hollywood legend. Arriving in Hollywood in the late 1920s with rugged looks and quiet magnetism, Gable quickly realized he needed change to become a leading man. Suffering from gum disease, he had his teeth replaced with dentures, a painful step that gave him his signature confident smile. In 1932, he underwent surgery to pin back his ears, a tough procedure done without anesthesia showing his stoic strength. This quiet resilience only deepened his image as the perfect mix of masculinity and sophistication. Gable understood that looks were part of the craft. His changes weren't about vanity, but professionalism shaping the persona audiences adored. So when you hear, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," remember that charm came from grit, sacrifice, and determination, making Clark Gable not just a romantic icon, but a Hollywood pioneer. Simon Cowell became famous for doing what few dared, speaking the blunt truth. As the strict judge on American Idol, he built a career by crushing dreams with sharp remarks and unfiltered honesty. His tough attitude made him both feared and respected, defining reality TV criticism. But off camera, Simon faced a personal battle not with contestants, but with aging under fame's spotlight. In the early 2000s, his calm face and simple black t-shirt look became iconic. Over time, however, fans noticed changes. By 2008, Botox had frozen his expressions. True to form, Simon joked, "Every man I know has done it." Years later, eyelid lifts, facelifts, and fillers altered his appearance even more. By 2019, his face looked unnaturally smooth, almost unrecognizable. Simon later admitted, "I probably went too far. I didn't recognize myself." That honesty showed a more vulnerable side beneath his confident image. Recently, he's chosen a different path, giving up cosmetic work for healthy eating, exercise, and natural care. Now in his 60s, Simon still delivers his signature tough love but with a more authentic, grounded presence. His story proves that aging gracefully isn't about perfection, but about accepting yourself as you are. John Wayne remains one of the greatest legends in American cinema. With his tall frame, steady stride, and commanding voice, he personified the rugged spirit of the Wild West. Whether facing danger or taming the frontier, Wayne stood for courage, grit, and integrity. Yet behind that tough image was a man quietly fighting time while protecting the persona fans adored. In 1948, at the peak of fame, Wayne began losing his hair. When cosmetic treatments for men were rare, he chose one of Hollywood's first hair transplants. Though simple by today's standards, it let him keep his signature cowboy look and confidence. For Wayne, it wasn't vanity, it was preserving the character that defined him. By the 1960s, aging affected his work. Drooping eyelids began limiting his vision, so he had a small procedure to stay sharp on set. Later, he underwent a light facelift on his jaw and neck, not to look younger, but to maintain his familiar presence. John Wayne never tried to defy time. He simply used quiet, practical methods to remain the Duke audiences loved. Through it all, he stayed the symbol of American toughness, with just a little behind-the-scenes help. Burt Reynolds was the ultimate Hollywood icon. With his signature mustache, sparkling eyes, and carefree charm, he defined rugged masculinity and humor. At his peak, he was bold, playful, and irresistibly confident. But like his famous Trans Am, even his good looks needed a little tune-up, something Burt was never afraid to admit. In the early 1970s, while filming Deliverance, an on-set injury fractured his jaw, altering his facial shape. Determined to regain his sharp look, he chose jawline surgery, a bold decision when few male stars discussed cosmetic work. As his hair began thinning in the late 70s, he turned to early hair transplant procedures, often hiding the results under a cowboy hat and laughing about it on talk shows. During the 1980s, he underwent 2 facelifts to maintain his youthful appeal, later joking that they left his face a little too tight. Yet through all the tweaks, Reynolds never lost his humor or charm. Even as he aged, he remained a symbol of charisma, courage, and timeless cool, a legend who never took himself too seriously and always kept audiences smiling. Al Pacino. That rough, familiar voice. Those deep-set eyes filled with stories. Al Pacino has long embodied intensity, honesty, and raw artistry. The man who turned Michael Corleone into more than a character, but a symbol of quiet power. Unlike many stars, Pacino never chased youth or perfection. He let time show aging with authenticity and pride. From the 1970s to the late 1980s in The Godfather, Serpico, and Dog Day Afternoon, he stayed true to himself, his hair thinning, his eyes darkening his face, showing life's marks. That refusal to hide made him even more respected. But in the 1990s, subtle refinements appeared: thicker hair, a firmer jaw, smoother skin. Later, a soft eyelid lift brightened his gaze while keeping his wisdom intact. Pacino's changes were never about vanity, but preservation, keeping the actor alive behind every expression. Today, he doesn't look like a man fighting age. He looks like one embracing it. In a world of overdone faces, Al Pacino remains real-aged, textured, and profound. His face, like his voice, still commands attention and tells a story no surgery could ever erase. Robert Redford, a timeless symbol of Hollywood grace. With his golden hair, sharp eyes, and effortless charm, he captivated audiences through quiet confidence rather than showy gestures. His calm elegance also defined how he aged in the public eye. While others turned to bold procedures, Redford chose subtle care. In the 1980s, he made light touch-ups not to change but to preserve his natural look. A minor eyelid fix, softened fatigue, and a slight jawline lift kept his profile defined. These refinements weren't about defying age, but keeping the authenticity fans admired. He avoided extremes, letting time mark his face with character and story. When asked about surgery, he simply said everyone should do what feels right. His look today reflects self-respect, not vanity. The lines he carries show a life lived fully, not flaws. That's what sets Robert Redford apart, a man who aged with dignity, balance, and quiet confidence. In a world obsessed with youth, he remains proof of true elegance and lasting worth. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new video. See you in the next one.